Coors Light, Summer of Fun, Happy Hour Friday underway once again. It has been a busy week as we get into another busy weekend. Lots going on. We got Kelly, we got Scott, we got Dodger, and we got a whole bunch of fun that we're looking forward to. Has everybody got their plans all mapped out, or is it going to be kind of see how it goes?
I'm seeing my pants again this weekend. I'm consistent weekend to weekends. I never know what I'm going to do. So you can imagine how surprised the people around me are, huh?
One thing I didn't use at all last year, but I'm realizing now, I mean, yes, I know I've got my calendar on my phone, but I also like that piece of paper that I can just kind of look at a glance. And, I was actually in the office today and I was looking up on my wall calendar and I was like, March of 2020. I can probably take that one down now.
So you're cleaning your calendars off then this weekend. So.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I'm trying to get one for this year and the rest of this year, because we do have a slew of shows. And if you go to our KZ concerts page, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 so far that is listed.
Yeah.
So, and most of them right here in this area, with a couple of exceptions. The others down in Atlanta and up in Nashville, but most of them right here in good old Chattown.
Yeah, we got obviously live music tomorrow night, free live music. We're with Riverfront Nights. Rick Rushing taking the stage at 7. AJ Gent is your headliner at 8 o'clock. Shows have been great. Even last week, with a little bit of rain, people still came out because they want to go see that live music. So we're going to be there again tomorrow night. But all those great shows coming up. Dead Daisy is going to be at the Signal tomorrow night as well. We've got Driving and Crying coming into town in a couple of weeks. All those concerts that Kelly was just referring to that we announced this week as well. So live music is back, and it's back in a big way. So I know there are a couple of concerts I'm looking forward to taking off my bucket list.
Okay, what are they? I want to know. What are
I mean, is it Weird Al for the 37th time?
I think it's been Weird Al 4 times.
How deep is it?
But I want to see ZZ Top. I missed ZZ Top in the 70s. I didn't get a chance to see them in the 80s or the 90s. So I think this, for me, is the chance to go see ZZ Top do their thing.
I'm with you on that. I've always missed out on ZZ Top for some reason. I know you guys, Kelly and Scott, have seen them multiple times, but for some reason for me, every time they've been in town and been in a venue where I was like, yeah, I'm going to go, something has come up. So they're like the jinxed band for me for some reason, and I can't see them live. And I've never had a chance to, so they're on the list of things to tick off. I'm with you, Craig. They're on the list to tick off this year.
I want to see the spinning guitars. I mean, that alone is worth the show. To watch them spin the guitars around.
How many times have you seen them, Kelly? I think I've seen them. I bet you I've seen them 10 times or a dozen times. I bet I've seen them.
I don't think I've seen them that many. I would say at least 5 or 6, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen them at the Roundhouse. Back in the 80s, that sold out show there. I've seen them a few times at different, concert venues throughout the years. But yeah, they do put on a good show.
When is the last sellout concert at UTC Arena? Boy, there's a trivia question.
Wow.
I mean, that ZZ Top,
Swift.
it was sold out like a week before.
Yeah.
Like days before, no tickets at all. We played 4 hours of ZZ Top up until showtime. But I can't name another. Not that I can think of. Nothing that comes.
Wasn't there a Taylor Swift show there not too long ago? If I remember right. I mean, within like 10 years or so. So maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know.
I don't know. But I saw him here at Memorial Auditorium, I think they played. And before they played here, I was in Las Vegas and I saw them play in Las Vegas. And then I saw that show. I saw them in Evansville at Robert Stadium before I moved here. I saw Nashville a couple of times.
Weren't they on the bill for the Crossroads Festival in Dallas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Man, was that a time. Woo, it was part of it was a blur.
One of these days, we got to get Bill Lockhart on these. We just got to share old Evansville Robert Stadium concert stories, because I feel like there's multiples of those going around. And Kelly and Craig might not enjoy that conversation as much as you and I would, Scott, but
Right.
Well, speaking of live music, Dodger and I were talking a little bit about this earlier. Love going to the live shows, love being able to relive the experience. When it comes to live albums, what's your favorite and what do you consider the best?
Oh man, perhaps I say the Skinner live album. I think it has to be the top 3 for me. Is it there? Is it on your list?
I did not grab Skinner, but I mean, for me, just because it was kind of like the first big live album I remember, I've got to go with Kiss Alive.
Okay. I thought you were going to go Seeger, Michigan guy.
Oh, yeah, number 1 and number 2. I mean, Live Bullet, as a Michigan native, it's ingrained. I think it's a law that you have to listen to it at least once a month. But yeah, between Kiss Alive and Live Bullet, those two.
And how could you not have Frampton's there too? I mean, that's so big, so big. Such a big album.
Yeah. For me, if I've got any of the Allman Brothers live, especially the runs that they did at the Beacon Theater that they record, the hitting the notes, you just put on live Allman Brothers. I'm good.
Traffic Jam on a Friday.
I love when he does that. Just bursts in, just takes over the show.
Yeah. I mean, the song's still playing. He's just talking.
Were you talking about me?
Yeah. No. So yeah, I'm going for live Allman Brothers.
Oh yeah. I mean, how about the Allman Brothers was recorded here at the Riverbend Festival? Man,
yes.
it is killer.
It is absolutely amazing, and we were lucky enough to be gifted a few of those copies, and I seriously could have made some bucks off those over the years. I mean, it is, there are so many Allman Brothers fans, because, every now and then we'll throw, one of those tracks on the radio just to relive the memory of that night. And, they're like, oh man, how can I get a copy of that? And I'm like, well, you kind of had to be there that night. So you can't really go back to that one, but it is awesome. If you did get a copy of it, you know what we're talking about.
Oh, it's good. It's great. It was unbelievable being there. But yeah, it's good. I've listened to it at home a bunch of times. It's really
good. Yep. Definitely love that.
Got that copy here.
Dodger here? Is he gone?
I think we lost Dodger somehow. He probably would have been chiming in on this one, at least as far as sports. Atlanta Hawks, Eastern Conference Finals of the NBA. Up 1-0. Is this area going to go nuts if they get to the finals?
Probably, to some extent.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, it's a good reason to enjoy a Coors Light if they get to the finals. So there's always that.
There is always that, and there are many good reasons to enjoy a Coors Light.
Yeah, Scott and I were out earlier today and actually ran into our friends at Cherokee Distributing and the folks who bring us Coors Light. So
yeah, we tried to get that fan for 15 minutes, man. We never figured
it. I was about to say, Scott, did you pick a lock or what?
We knew all the good stuff was inside.
And I know there's a couple of Coors Light. We got to get in this thing, but we never. And finally, the driver was to come back, and so we just kind of walked off. Hey, now what's up? No, just hanging out with your van. Go in.
Just ignore those scratch marks around the lock.
All good. Yeah, all good there. Man, it is nice. And I tell you what, when we named it the Coors Light Summer of Fun, I had no idea we'd have all the shows and all the fun stuff would start getting scheduled too. So, man, it's very aptly named, isn't it? It sure is.
It is very aptly named. Hey, something cool I want to mention real quick. A blast from Scott, you and my past. We have got a big deal happening down in Ringgold on July the 10th. It's going to be the Ringgold Depot Opry. They apparently do this on the second Saturday of each month. But they've got a great lineup. There's a Cannon Creek Bluegrass Band. Dennis Brown is going to be there. And very special guest, the Eric Page Band. And yes, we're talking that Eric Page. If you grow up listening to KZ in the 80s, then you know the Pager. And he is, he's still out there making music. Still living. He's in Evansville, isn't he now? I think
he is. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, but yeah, he's going to bring his band down and play for that on July the 10th. It's only $5 to get in. Kids get in absolutely free with a paying adult. So it's going to be a fun night. And I dare say that he will share a story or two from the stage.
Yeah, man, he is. he has got the stories. He's done a bunch of cool stuff. He did nights here when he first moved down here. He and I worked together in the Evansville market, and he left and he came down here and then kind of recruited me to come down here and be a part of of KZ. But yeah, what a good dude. He was night guy, and then he became the morning guy. So when I came to Chattanooga, he did mornings, I did middays. Mike Allison, who I've reached out to, invited him to come in for that because he would really enjoy it. He did afternoons, and I suppose in that time, Jammer did nights 6 to 10. Jay Scott, who ought to be there that night, and then Jeff Cooper did 10 to 2, and Gene Lovin did all nights for a while. That was the lineup when Eric was here. It'd be good to see him. He played at the Great Tennessee River Jam a few times, which was cool.
Yeah. So it's funny how, you can reconnect with folks on Facebook, and it's great to do it that way. And, you talk on the phone and, you share messages back and forth, but it's just something about seeing everybody in person again. And I'm really looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, that'll be a good night. Yeah. I've not been to one of those events, but man, Ringo is really happening. I mean, they do a lot of things there. I mean, they really do.
Yeah. Cool things, fun things. So, speaking of fun things, next week, by the way, you are going to be flush with tickets again, my friend, because you've got a couple of different ways to win. A couple of shows happening down in Atlanta next week on the 420 Flashback. You're going to be able to win your way in to catch Judas Priest at the Amerisbank Amphitheater on October the 22nd. And then on the Southern Fix at 6, these might be a little popular too. There's a band called Leonard Skinner, and they are playing the Solaris Amphitheater at Lakewood on August the 13th. And we've got tickets for both of those shows next week on the road show with you. So make sure everybody's playing along, especially if you want to go see either Judas Priest or Skinner, because those are going to light the phones up, I have a feeling.
It's been an action-packed week this week for sure, man, with ZZ Top tickets on the Southern Fix and those George Thorogood tickets. I have had about a half a dozen people asking me about ZZ Top tickets. That's when you know you got something hot. The other show, yeah. But I had another guy text me just a moment ago. Man, what about ZZ Top? And about a half a dozen. You know something's going to be a big deal because they were in town. When were they in town last? I don't know. It's been within 10, 12 years, 10 years. I bet. I'm thinking
probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be a good show. Good show.
You know,
and of course,
when it's fun when music's back and concerts are back, and they're officially back when Scott Chase starts to get his phone gets blown up with ticket requests from friends.
Yeah.
I know concerts are back. Scott, you got any extra tickets?
Yeah. Well, you do. They do that. That's okay though. That's cool. I don't know what show am I most looking forward to? In the area, even Nashville or Atlanta or here. Well, for Craig on his bucket list, ZZ Top, I get it. Totally good. Love ZZ Top. I've seen them a bunch of times. Sometimes they're more bluesy and rock, and other times they're a little more showy, almost like a Vegas show. So it's kind of interesting. Been backstage with them a bunch of times. They do great backstage meet and greets. Gave Billy Gibbons a guitar that was made by a guy here in town backstage one time. He loves to hang in Chattanooga. Probably will before their show. My guess is a day or two before or a day or two after, because he's a big craft beer guy. Likes to hang out down at Big River. So that's good. You may see the long bearded one walking around downtown. Of course, he's got a relationship with the car guy here in town, whose name is escaping me right now. Why is that?
No, here's a rumor I've heard. Maybe maybe this is just somebody trying to pull one over on me. I've heard that these days ZZ Top, the beards are almost clip-on, so they can actually take them off and go be anonymous out in the crowd and then put them back on for the stage. Is somebody pulling my leg on this?
Hey, I tell you what, Craig, when they come to town, just go over and pull on one of them and just see if it comes off.
Yeah. Quick meeting with the security that way. I'm going to go with a no on that.
I'll tell you one thing I'm looking forward to, and I know we've got Driving and Crying coming to Northwest Georgia Amphitheater, which is totally fun. A lot of people in the area have seen Driving and Crying a ton of times. They're going to put on a great show, as they always do, outdoors this time. You don't see a lot of Driving and Crying shows outdoors. You do, I mean, they play, but not usually. It's been in inside venues here, but over at Arts Avenue, where Scott and I were last night. Kevin Kinney, the frontman from Driving and Crying, is going to be doing a solo show, which I think is totally different than, and I've seen him a couple of times on the solo shows, totally different, but a kind of a sit-down, intimate feel. He tells stories, really fun to listen to. So if you're a fan of Driving and Crying, if you're a fan of that Southern rock, folk, kind of Americana, it's a really, really cool, intimate show with just Kevin and a guitar. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Hey, that's going to be a cool video, by the way. That place is going to be fun. I know it is.
Yep. I have to see the one I'm most looking forward to is Santana, because when they played Riverbend, that is still in the top 5 of all time of Riverbend acts. That was just such an incredible night down on the river, and we were dancing and singing along, and it was magical. And so I'm looking forward to seeing them again. And of course, then can't forget our buddies in the Black Jacket Symphony, because it is the concert. We've been trying to get this wall built for over a year now, and they're finally going to come to town on September the 11th, doing the wall in its entirety. 2 shows that day, one at 5, one at 9. They are so excited to be back at the Tivoli, because as always, they say it every time we see them, one of their favorite venues. And so they are so looking forward to be getting back in Chattanooga and in front of the crowds and just having a great night of great music. So I am very much looking forward to that.
That's one of those shows that's a lot like the Butch Jones era in Knoxville. We're slowly building this show, but brick by brick.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Bandit, the guy that comes out in between sets after they perform the album and before they come back and do all the greatest hits, his name's Jason. Jason Rogoff. What a great guy. Just one of the best people I've ever met. I mean, I'm a really close friend of us, our family. Just to put out on the old World Wide Web the other day on Facebook that he is engaged to be married. Man, he's excited about that. So I've met his fiance at a couple of the previous shows, but what a good guy. So at the in between there, when Jason is on stage, we'll have to rally the support between now and then and give him the congratulations from everybody here.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He's a superhuman being. Absolutely adore him. Yeah.
Yep. So, me too.
All right, guys. Well, I believe it's weekend 30.
Did we cover the Hawks? Did we cover the Hawks playoff?
I mentioned the Hawks.
We were going to go around the room and get.
Yeah.
Hawks
You ducked
up 1-0. Game number 2 tonight.
I'm going to need a recap of what I missed.
Yeah. Well, you can watch it later on Facebook. So go back and watch it again. Guys, have a great weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. Get outside and enjoy. Looks like the weather's going to be cooperating, a little bit more humid, but still, it's all looking good, and it's a great weekend. And we have got some Coors Light 6-packs we're going to be throwing your way throughout the weekend. So maybe, stop at Food City and get one of your own, and then enjoy ours throughout the weekend as well. So we'll see you guys next week.
4th of July weekend.
Yep. Scott, we're losing you.
Yeah, okay. That's like the most important thing Scott's ever said, and we missed it.
We'll let Scott reload. We'll let everybody get into their weekend. Have fun, guys, and we will do it again next week.
All right. Take care.